Hey guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for watching What Is Good. I am Jade if you're new here. So today I wanted to bring you guys this update on the late Osinachi's debacle. So you guys know that the Minister of Women Affairs, Madam, or should I say Dame Pauline Talen, recently paid a condolence visit to Osinachi's children in the wake of her passing. So the minister is now sharing with Nigerians some of the things that she observed as well as the things that she learned as a result of her visit. So I'm going to roll the video and let it play through and through, and I'll be back with the rest of my thoughts. Take a look.
When I came into the compound and saw the children, 4 young children, beautiful children, 3 boys, 1 girl. He had so hypnotized the children that they should not speak and they should never say anything that has been happening in the house. I came in with a crew, with all the directors from the ministry and the permanent secretary. And so sad. We did all we could. We met a friend of his there who has stationed himself to monitor what is happening, and the nanny that visits them to take care of the children. So when I was asking questions, the children, I saw that they were not forthcoming. And I now excused everyone out. I said I needed to have one-on-one with the children. So I sent all the children in. I asked the nanny to take them in. I started with the first son. I said, "Do you love your mommy?" He said, "Yes." "Has your mommy taught you to tell lies?" He said, "No." I said, "You know that, is she alive or dead?" He said, "She's dead." "You know that she's now your angel and she's watching you. She'll be very sad if you tell lies." And here I introduced myself and I told him that the president is concerned, every Nigerian is concerned. We all join them to mourn Osinachi's death. But what we want from him is the truth. If they want us to help them, all I want from you is the truth. The boy adjusted his seat. He looked at me. I said, "Do you fear God? Did your mom teach you how to pray and speak the truth?" He said, "Yes." Then he opened up. There was nobody, myself, himself, and my permanent secretary. And thank God, my permanent secretary was recording everything. The boy now opened up and said that their dad used to beat their mom, and their mom was always sad. She would always sad and thinking he will beat her and fling her off. He doesn't spare them himself, that he gathered them in the room and will be beating them with a big belt. If the mom comes in to ask him to stop, he will turn back on her, beat her, lift her, fling her up. And that has always been the issue. And that they are always scared, and that he doesn't go out, he's always in the home. It's the mom that runs around. She goes for her gospel music, bring back the money. In fact, if the money is paid through cash, through a bank account, it's paid to his account. She has no account of her own. Any cash she comes back with, he collects it. And he will give just a peanut to her for feeding. In fact, the boy said he eats more than them. He will give mommy small money, and when she cooks, the next minute he starts shouting and beating her, that he is always shouting. And their mom was living in fear, always sitting sad. Oh, it was such a horrible story to hear from a young boy of just 12. The eldest son is 12. And because of the trauma the children went through, I asked him which class he is. He's in class 5 at the age of 12. Why? He said he can't even read. A boy of 12 years can't even read. So mentally, this child is already destroyed.
Retarded, yes.
Completely. I was battling with tears. So when he finished, I asked him to move to the other side. I called the nanny to bring in the second child. The second son, wonderful, beautiful son, who is also gifted. I learned that he sings well. They mentioned it, so I asked him, I said, "Can you sing for me?" When he sang, you could hear his voice like an angel. The DPO had just come to do some investigation, and he met me there. We were all battling with tears. The DPO, a man, couldn't help his tears. The second son explained the same horrible situation that they've all been going through. So my palm said, even these two were enough. The other two, when I said, okay, call them and let's just, the third one said, no, mommy, I want to talk. The little one, they insisted that they will also tell their story. So we sent everyone out and we listened to each one of them, one after the other. In fact, the last one is 7. A girl, the only girl in the house. It's so sad. This is a situation that I'm calling on all Nigerians to stand with us and demand justice for Osinachi, and these children must be protected because he is not just a bully. I lack words to describe this man. And it is sad that women, so many women are living and dying in abusive marriage. This is one out of so many that we're hearing. He stopped her from communicating with the entire family. None of her brothers come to the house. None of her sisters come to the house. I learned that she has a twin sister. Nobody comes in. Even when he beat hell out of her and she was rushed to the hospital, he took her to the hospital. And when the brother heard, he went there and he remained there and never allowed the brother to talk to her until she was on oxygen.
So you guys just heard the Minister of Women Affairs sharing her experience. So a lot of the things that she said stood out to me, but the one thing that stood out to me the most was when she said that after she was able to gain the children's trust, they opened up to her. They started talking to her about what their father did. She said that at some point, the other children became eager and wanting to talk to her as well. And what that told me at that point was that those children felt liberated. They finally felt heard. They've been living with an abusive father their entire life who robbed them of their voices, and finally somebody is coming to listen to them. And another thing that she said that was just like, wow, just blew my mind, was the fact that the senior boy is 12 years old and he's in primary 5. That just blew my mind. Let me put this in context for people who may not understand. The average age to start primary school is age 6. So that by the time you're 12 years old, you are in JSS 1, you are in class 1. So this boy, at 12 years old, he's in primary 5, meaning he's 2 classes behind on average. Now, I know that there are some people who graduate at 16 years old and 15 years old. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the standard. At this point, this boy should be in JSS 1, but he's in primary 5. That says that a lot of people failed him, people failed Osinachi. Osinachi failed her children. It became a circle. And this is the one thing that a lot of people need to understand when it comes to abuse, okay? Because it does not just end with one person. It trickles down to every single person in that family. And also, the people in his life, the teachers or whatever, they too also dropped the ball. Now, I know saying that the teachers failed him will likely attract comment from people letting me know that the teachers are also victims of a failed system, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But at some point, you guys, you have to take a stand for something. We are not just going to sit back and just let things continue to go bad. At some point, you have to advocate for the change that you want to see. Other countries that have a functioning educational standard, a high educational standard, they don't have 2 heads. We can have that as well. And it starts with somebody taking a stand. It starts with the teachers taking a stand and working towards the change that they want to see. They too also dropped the ball for failing to not recognize that something was going on in this family. Why is this boy not catching up in terms of academics and stuff like that? But that's a conversation for another day. So everybody failed everybody in the situation. Everybody failed everybody, including the ultimate victim here, who's Osinachi. She also failed her children. This is what I say. Whenever you choose to stay in that abusive relationship, you are doing more damage, not just to yourself, but to your offspring. You heard the minister say how not only was he abusive to Osinachi, he was also abusive to the children, that he will gather them around and he will beat them. And even if she dares say a word, he will descend on her. So you do not stay. That's the only thing I want you to pick from this. Do not stay. Don't stay. Okay? Okay, good. Anyways, this is how I'm going to end this. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like this video if you like it. Subscribe to my channel if you've not already done so. Thank you all so much. I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.